Hey guys and gals, Demok7643. So I just wanted to do this video on my Jedi Master Luke counter because I've gotten a lot of feedback since I put out the first video saying, well, this doesn't work on super fast Revans. Anytime that Revan moves first, it's really not going to be super effective. And of course, Revan's able to move first, either under Jedi Master Luke lead or under his own lead if he's modded the same or relatively the same as your Darth Revan. So, in theory, he should always move first in an evenly modded match. So for this exercise, I thought I'd just show you my mods. They are fairly pedestrian on everybody except Han is a little zippy at 279, but he has really low offense. And that's okay. It really is. I run him like this all the time, and he's just super effective anyway. I like the speed and the extra protection at school. He doesn't die quite as quickly in some instances with rebels, but in this situation, he's just a big decoy. And then my Malak mods, as you can see, are just gosh awful. He's below 300 speed. So we start the match stunning Wat Tambor. We'll just get right into it. I don't want to waste any of you guys and gals time. So the reason we do that is to stop the initial shield tech from going to Jedi Master Luke that the AI loves to do. And then you just stun him. After that, we're going to have so much damage dealt over there that he's going to be in a heal loop and a dispel loop, and he isn't going to care one iota about the fact that he should be teching people. And so we're going to have a big advantage right away. So now Luke is completely stuck. He's never, ever, ever going to taunt you again. Just like that. So if you run Revan lead, you got to be aware of this if you're just seeing this for the first time, because this team is just vulnerable. And the reason for that is these three Sith Empire are just deadly. And all three of them play a major role in making sure that this works, whether it's Jedi Master Luke lead or Revan lead. And the big thing is that fear is going to help you dispel most of that tenacity up off of everybody. I say most because you're going to be able to cleanse it off of, well, let's say 50%, because unfortunately both Lukes you're not going to be able to fear. But the cool part about this team is you still have a Dispel in Malak. And so no matter what, you have a Dispel and a Shock in the same move that you're able to apply. So even though you can't fear either Luke, you can still effectively dispel them from anything that they have other than a locked buff. So what we need to do is stun Wat, like I said, get rid of him, and then these characters, you're directly countering them because Sith Empire love to eat stun and ability block. And of course, Jedi Knight Luke AoE stuns, plus he throws out another buff, or a debuff, excuse me, that auto-critical one. And then Jedi Master Luke, when his Efflux fires, he's going to drop out ability blocks. And so immediately we're just going to convert those into ferocities. And so right away, the first couple of turns of your opponent are going to be resulting in an area effect fear, a single target fear with massive debuffs being dropped afterwards, because unfortunately, there's some targets that are not going to get it. Wat Tambor will soak most of them a lot of the time. But sometimes Revan's so fast that he'll lose his tenacity up. So we'll see here in a moment. We're going to pass tech to DR every time because we want the most fears. And we want his attacks to happen. So there's the decoy that I was telling you about. And you can see there's my insanity. And it does not occur until after Revan marks and kills Han Solo. I would say out of 5 matches, Han Solo gets marked 2, Wat Tambor gets marked 2, and Bastila gets marked 1. And Darth Revan gets marked 1. Let's say out of 6 then. I never see Malak get marked. So that's pretty much it. Most of the time Han is just going to die there and it's great. And now for the rest of the match, it's going to be kind of funny because unfortunately, as you'll see, we're going to be able to take out Jedi Knight Luke really swiftly. Because the whole idea here is just to kill Revan as fast as possible, and then kill him again, because his savior will trigger. Once that occurs, then you kill Knight Luke if you can. If he has Jedi's will on him, then you need to go ahead and kill Gas, possibly. If he unfortunately decided to pass it to Gas, then you can kill Wat Tambor. And then you're going to have to judiciously use your attacks on either of the attacking Jedi with just Darth Revan, and make sure that, you know, you're only doing single attacks, because you don't want to get countered twice and die. However, like I said, in this situation, you're not going to have to deal with it that much, and sometimes you can just get Knight Luke killed right away. And so, anyway, we got marked, Solo died, and now we did Insanity with DR. We have Area Effect Fear. And now here we're going to do our Fear, and then Area Effect Shock. And I'm going to pause this here just before then, because what's going to happen here is we don't have Shock out. You can see we did the debuffs, then we did Area Effect Shock. The Area Effect Shock tripped any of the staggers that allowed turn meter reduction. And now our opponents don't have any buffs except for locked stuff. And they're ready to be wrecked. And this could have been easier. And Bastila is going to go again and want a Wild Lightning. And this is where Malak is amazing, because no matter what, he can drop a shock. And you want him to be able to try to break this savior, if possible, with a shock. And you get 2 tries. You get Malak, and then you get Bastila Shan. Both of them are able to go ahead and give it a shot. And you can see that Malak hit it, and then Bastila was able to trip it, and now he's at half health, which is way better. And then you can just kill him with a basic with DR. And now there, on Malak's turn, you can see that Luke still hasn't had a chance to put up Jedi's will. And he's pretty quick, but we're so fast. Look at the stacks of ferocity on my DR right now. And this is why, you know, even with a really, like, maybe a speed set on Jedi Knight Luke here might make this team more effective on defense. Because if that Jedi's will is up right now, this move might really, really hurt. But instead, I'm just able to go ahead and apply Insanity and kill Knight Luke. And then I'm just going to take a Wat Tambor here, because I don't want him dropping a tank tech. And he ended up doing his heal loop anyway. So, but he had an opportunity to do it, but the AI won't, because there's so much damage out there. And then you just take out gas, and then you can put it on auto. I mean, that's really it. So, most of the time, I just apply my blast tech after I shoot Wat Tambor, and then I target Revan and hit auto. And usually the AI will just pick the right targets. It doesn't like attacking into Jedi's will. So most of the time it'll do what I'm telling you to do, which is just basically, if it comes out and you end up facing it, you're still not dead. You'll be fine. You just need to attack the target that doesn't have it. Whether it's Wat Tambor, or whether it's one of the damage-dealing Jedi at that point. Once Revan's out of the picture, you really don't have any major attack, because the mass assist is toast. So, anyway, let's go look at these Jedi mods, because I just wanted to show you this Revan quickly. This one isn't particularly slow at 345 speed. He's pretty well modded, I'd say. That's an okay Revan. And certainly, Master Luke is very well modded too. He's not the fastest, though. Maybe a speed set here might help a little bit, but the more speed, the more Jedi's will burns off of him too. So I think here is where the defense of the squad might come up a little bit. If you could somehow make him just blazing fast as possible, and see what happens. Maybe it'd be quick enough to stop this team from tearing you apart. And then his Skywalker has impressive armor, just really impressive. But maybe just massive offense mods there might help a bit, but they just don't get enough turns. They don't get enough turns. And then his Wat Tambor is fairly pedestrian. So 317 speed. Anyway, that's the squad. I appreciate you guys and gals. I hope that you had a very safe and happy holiday season. If you celebrate those type of things, I appreciate the likes and the subscribes and all the YouTube things, but at the end of the day, I really, really appreciate the comments that say, hey, this really helped me out, or thanks a bunch. That's why I do this stuff. My work got a little crazy, so unfortunately I have to assume the duties of a 15-year colleague, which is crazy. So probably won't be too much more content out there, but if you'd like to see a variant of the team, or you want to see how it works against like a Jericho or like a Grandmaster Yoda type team under Jedi Master Luke lead, or if you want to see the ultimate get popped on me and still crush them, it's really funny because excuse me, the ultimate ends up dropping a lot of buffs, and it's like, oh geez, well, you know, he's tougher with crit damage up and all this stuff. And the dispel from this squad largely comes from fear and then damage after fear, and so both the Lukes are immune to that nonsense. But that's why Malak's here. That guy can just be like, oh, okay, and then he'll drop a shock on you, and in the process, he's dispelling you. And it's not fear-based dispel, it's just, no, you're dispelled, you lose all your buffs. So you always have a dispeller, and at the same time you apply a shock, so they can't get any more buffs unless they're locked and unblockable or whatever. So anyway, I appreciate all you guys and gals. Thanks a lot for watching, and I suppose this match is really, really, really quick. We can just let it play out. I really like this meta. It's way better than fighting Rays, just because they die so quickly, just so quickly. And so I don't know, it's a really nice, easy climb for me. I really love this meta, because as I move forward and I get Jedi Master Luke, it's interesting to me. I'm going to want to try to tinker a little bit with it, just to play against this particular counter, to see if there's a way that you could really make it tough. Because right now, I mean, this squad is pretty well off, but by the time they actually get a chance to do anything, it's just too late based on my Sith Empire's turn. So I have a feeling that it might be something to do with my slow Malak as to why this might work so well. It's just like the turn order is just so vital, I've found, in a lot of this game's exercises, whether it's raids or arena or otherwise. So anyway, I could ramble on. I want to keep this video relatively short, so I appreciate each and every one of you guys and gals. Thanks a lot for watching, and until the next video, Denny out.